I will be aggressive like I always am.
I want to race against the best athletes I can find.
It's just the pressure's going to be colossal for me. My goal is to win.
Don't be afraid of the dark, be careful with stars. Not every light is gonna guide you, baby. Don't let them rain on your spark. Keep it close to your heart. All of the pressure's gonna drive you crazy. Close your eyes to the madness.
My name is Jake Dearden and I'm going to be completing 11 Hyroxes in 2 days in London.
Be careful with stars. Not every light is gonna guide you.
Yeah, when I blow up, I'ma soar high like Peter Pan. In real life, be living out my dreams. If I'm waking up, it's in a foreign land. Whole wrist covered up in ice. Dealership, never ask the price. I'll hit the molly ball with my dogs. Yeah, I swipe it once without thinking twice, cause
2021 was our first London event, and it was right after COVID. It was actually during COVID, kind of, or at least on the edge. We had 600, 800 participants. It felt special and exciting to have an event in London and in the city, but also away from home, basically. So we didn't obviously have many events back then that were happening outside of Germany. We had a few US events already, but that was a big step for us.
First Hyrox event 2021, I can guarantee there definitely wasn't any issues getting spectator tickets back then as there is in this one today. A lot less people, but it was still, you know, the buzz was still there, which is surprising. Like, I mean, there's 11,000 people competing this year. It was probably half or even not, you know, a third of that number, yet there was still a lot of energy in the arena.
2021 comes around and London announces that they're going to take place and launch this event, which we're all excited about. Everybody wants to get out of the house. Nobody really knows what to expect because this race is brand new, right? So it's like, oh, are you doing more running? Are you working on the weights? I must say, we're doing pros as well. So, you know, nobody knows what the weight's going to be like. We're just loading up the sleds, just guessing at the moment. You know, nobody knows what the flooring's like. Little did we know that, you know, it's going to feel sticky. It's going to feel sticky. So we're putting on about 200 kg, but let's say we're working on tracks that are, I want to say, used. So that 200 feels smooth. So we're like, yeah, we've got the 200. This is light, easy, man, no problems. That's it. We hit it. And I'm telling you, I look to my left, I look to my right, and I'm seeing guys just like, you know, WTF, like, what the
and I wonder, is it worth it? Feel like I'm losing my mind. Yeah, remind me.
Don't be afraid of the dark. Be careful with stars.
Back then, a lot of, let's say, individuals in the fitness world looked at Hyrox as if it was a runner's event. You know, it's just for runners. Like, it doesn't test us enough. Whereas now, it's the ultimate test of fitness, isn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're in for an incredible night. Oh, we're taking it up a notch. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. Straight into the end zone. Hey, be sure you stick around because we're only getting warmed up.
I kept the faith, keeping the faith. I know you got it. Yeah, out of my way, give me some space, just family around me. Yeah, putting in work.
The growth has been huge in the UK, and like today in London in 23, it's like 10,000, or it's going to be a 2-day event with 10,000, 20,000 spectators. So the growth has been like over tenfold, and it's just been crazy. And like, they could sell out events again and again and again in the UK. Like, people constantly want tickets. It was so attractive. It almost just seemed obvious to me at the time that it was going to be like very popular and grow very quickly.
How does it feel if you doubted it? Still we started with.
I talk to people now and you hear them, oh, I've got my next Hyrox booked. I'm training for my next Hyrox. And it's just unbelievable because you wouldn't hear them sort of conversations. Hyrox is growing in a really positive rate, and people understanding that it's inclusive. You know, you can pick up from day one and come around, and it might take you 2 hours, 3 hours, but you can still do it.
I'm just working on my trophy speech. My trophy speech is for the fam.
We're talking about the biggest indoor fitness competition in the world. There's no other competition out there like this that's competing on such a high level. It's an event where you finish, everyone says the same thing. You run across the finish line, you collapse, and then you say, when's my next event? The whole race, you just wonder why you signed up for it, in my opinion. You're running around, you're in so much pain, but you're enjoying it at the same time because it's such a great challenge and the atmosphere is amazing. It's such an incredible community. I must say the community is the best part of Hyrox, and it's just such an addictive competition.
Yeah. You must be blinded by the lights. We came to shine here. Watch it look daytime in the night. We bring the vibes here. We full of life, you keep
the reason I decided to do 11 Hyroxes in 2 days is first I wanted to raise money for the charity Macmillan Cancer Support, and that was because I've had a couple of very close family members. My father passed away a couple of years ago from cancer, and then another loved one recently diagnosed with cancer. So I wanted to do something about it because I know how much Macmillan have helped like people who have had cancer, like give them support around their cancer, because sometimes it can be very lonely, and having that support there is a good thing. And I think everyone is either going to either get or have someone close to them like experience kind of the cancer.
You see us cooking recipes. You hit the top, all you left with is the memories. Yeah.
In the middle of 2022, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I didn't tell many people at that point. My mother was also going through breast cancer a little bit earlier in the year. So a few friends, very close friends, suggested I contact Macmillan. So I contacted Macmillan at that point in time, and they helped me through figuring out what steps I could take. After I've had surgery for breast cancer, a few weeks were spent recovering physically, so I had to do a lot of rehab to be able to move my arm around again. I just wanted to go back to normal life. I wanted to go back to my routine. What I didn't anticipate was the fact that going through cancer stays with you. Even when the hospital tells you you're discharged now, you can go live your life, it doesn't work that way. It just stays there in the background. So Hyrox for me was something completely different to train for, which I think will have then an impact when I go back to my lifting routine, and will have given me something different to switch things up a little bit. I started talking about the cancer and training for Hyrox. A lot more people came into my life who were going through the same thing. Turns out for something so terrible, a friend of mine did say that to me last year, it's amazing that something that terrible can bring people together.
Every single race, like, everybody has a different story. Everyone's got their own purpose of being there, whether that is just proving them to themselves that they can do it, or they've had to face adversity within their life that they can do something. And that is people who are even disabled. Like, people are doing this to prove to themselves that they can do it, and they can be more than just be average people.
Three years ago, I got paralyzed to a really bad paragliding accident. I landed, it was a landing mistake, and I fell to the ground. I was rushed to the hospital with a helicopter, rescue helicopter, and I couldn't move anything. I went paralyzed all the way from my belly down. I didn't have any leg movement in the hospital. I was there for over 3 months and couldn't move. Doctors told me I couldn't walk again. Nothing would be possible. No sports, yeah, adaptive sports in a wheelchair, but no walking. There would be no chance at all to walk again. and I accepted that. But at the same time, I challenged that statement to push through and walk again. I did 10 Hyrox in 1 year, basically. I started in Chicago, I did many events in Germany, I went to London in May. I went to this amazing Hyrox event in London today, which was the biggest and craziest Hyrox event ever, and I just enjoyed it. The first 2 years was all about walking again, which was like the toughest thing I ever experienced. And then Hyrox got into my life and I started pushing for Hyrox, and that was probably the best training I could do to improve my life and to improve my walking abilities. Made the impossible possible.
Hyrox opens the door for everybody. Hyrox has the ability to attract, let's say, individuals with one limb. You know, we've seen guys with one leg complete 8 kilometers worth of running and 100 wall balls at the end, you know, with hundreds of people cheering him on. Learning disabilities, hearing disabilities, you know, even possibly lack of sight. Like, I love it.
It felt great, yeah, it was a good energy.
Yeah, really good energy, everyone was so nice. When we ran the marathon, it was the same thing, the support is crazy, so he's the hero, so it's just a pleasure to run with him, you know?
Yeah.
When you do lose someone, I think it's very important to have a focus in life, and I feel like it's very easy not to have a focus. Now, I think personally health and fitness is a great way that you can have a focus in life. I think if you ever are unfortunate enough to lose someone, I think it's very important to make sure that you're maintaining your health and fitness. I think it does carry over into a positive mindset. It's good for your mental health, it's good for your physical health, and it's good for your confidence as well.
The first time I heard about Hyrox it was a bit of a bad time in my life, to be honest with you. So my mum had literally just passed away and I needed something to focus on. So I was looking at events to do to kind of mentally shift and focus on before obviously I could get into a bad place. Hyrox seemed something easily achievable rather than marathon. And yeah, that's how I found it. I just was looking on the internet and just was like, right, let's book it. After my mum died, I cannot lie, if I did not have Hyrox to help me focus on, and then the community as well, like I've known people who have like turned into my mum, like they're there supporting me at every single race. I genuinely do not think I'd have been out of that bad headspace without the people here, but also the drive to keep on wanting more within Hyrox as well, without them people being there as well. The most emotional thing I've personally witnessed is literally crossing that finish line today in London. Everyone was there cheering me on, and I was looking at my watch and was like, I just want to get this 1:30, at least 1:30, less than 1:30. And I've never run across that finish line as much in my entire life. And I got there and I looked at the time, I got 1:29 and I was like, yes, thank God. And then I just thought my mum would just be so proud, like so proud right now.
It's really important for me to walk the talk and if we say it's for everybody, then it's very important for us to show that it's for everybody, which is why I'm so happy to see all these different people with disabilities, with backgrounds that don't necessarily make you a fitness athlete, but to see them all finish and seeing their smiles on their faces once they finish. And the time doesn't matter, it's an individual challenge. So they finish in 2 hours 20, they're all so happy.
When you're looking around at the people around you, and you know, they're different ages, different shapes, different sizes, you know, people a lot younger, a lot older. Actually, it's really good to see all different people around you doing it. And as we were going around today, there were music playing, we were singing along with the people next to us.
Well,
It's
you
great.
were.
I was.
I couldn't see. I couldn't see. Yeah. And you see, there's people like, you know, mothers and daughters do it. I know there was a father and son did it before. There's lots of fathers and son things like that. So siblings do it, friends do it. You know, so I just think that that's lovely. You know, you might do one with your daughter. And just people to be involved like that, doing it. You know, I've done it with my daughter, and it just becomes more than what it is, because you're doing it for that person, you know, and you're sharing.
Better organised this time than it was last time. It's much better. The music venue, not so bad. The music's a lot better, nice venue. People are so encouraging, really good for your fitness. I'm 66. So if you can do it at 66, there we go.
Amazing stuff as well. Volunteers, big up the volunteers.
Yeah.
I've always adapted, so it's not a case of I can't do something, it's a case of what can I do now. So I'm 54, you know, I'm a grandmother of 3 boys, so they're 6, 4 and 2, so I kind of need to, for my own self, to keep active so I can keep being active for them as well. Oh, they're a little bit too young, they don't fully understand, all they know is that Nanny is a little bit mental and she likes to run with us. For me, for my grandchildren to see someone so fit and healthy, you know, we have them, we take them outside, we want to go out the woods, we want to explore. So, you know, to get outside and be healthy is definitely one of the major things for me.
When I told my friends and family that I was going to do 11 Hyroxes in 2 days, first of all, they thought that was a bit crazy. But yeah, they did believe that I could do it, and they thought, you know, it is possible to do that. You know, people do get kind of like emotional with these things, and it is very close. So yeah, it just gave me kind of like more fire to do it, and to make sure that I do complete these 11 Hyroxes in 2 days. I've done things like this in the past, so I've done some running events, so I've run like back-to-back marathons. I did 10 marathons in 5 days, but this is probably the most difficult challenge. I truly do believe though that if you like want to do something so much and you believe in it, that you can make it come true.
Motivates me a lot, world record holder, and I've seen him online a lot, and I just think he's in my age category as well, so he's someone who I just look up to, and hopefully I can be like him one day. Well, I first heard about Hyrox about a year ago when my dad did it, and I was like, I need to do that. It looked quite exciting because it's a lot of running, which I'm quite good at, and I like running, but all the exercises in between as well, it's like just something that sounded like my thing. Well, my dad got me a Hyrox ticket for my birthday, so that was when I knew I was going to do it, and ever since I've just been excited for it for a few months now. Yeah. I think that Hyrox might become my main sport. At the moment it's still probably rugby, just because I do it a lot and I've done it since I was about 4 years old, and this is obviously my first Hyrox race, but I definitely think I probably have a future in Hyrox, and yeah, hopefully, and I think it will become my main sport pretty soon. I'm definitely focusing on becoming the youngest elite ever. That's my main goal.
When you cross the finish line at Hyrox after you've done those wall balls is a heartwarming, emotional feeling. And when you look up at that board and it says new finisher, and if you've done it on your own or you're doing it with a doubles, me personally with a partner, you have this big hug. But the end is near, and you almost sigh of relief, but you're just so happy. And leading up to that, you're going round and you're at the wall balls and you see the finish line, you're like, this is it.
100% Hyrox is my main sport. I literally devote all of my training to the Hyrox, and there has been no other sport or anything else that has lit that kind of fire in my belly, and I genuinely do think, because the community is so amazing, like, you will meet strangers on your race and become friends with them. Like, I've never met anything like that in my entire life, and I don't think anything can be compared to it either, to be fair.
I hit a bit of a point in life where I trained, I'd lost a lot of weight, but I had really no purpose. I needed something to work towards, and it was from that moment on, the moment I finished that first ever Hyrox, I knew this is my sport, this is the community that I want to work in and participate in, and here I am today.
My biggest lesson with Hyrox is, and how you can apply that in life is breaking the race of life into sections. Hyrox is a very challenging event, but at the end of the day, if you can get through that first kilometre, that's one part done. If you can get through the first section of the ergs, that's one part done. You can take those lessons and apply them to life.
The mind will take the body anywhere, so there's a great sort of quote that the body will go where the mind will take it, and I think that's what I've learned mostly about Hyrox. It's not about necessarily how physically fit you are. I think it's all about your determination, your dedication to get through on a day, and to really just, when you're struggling, everyone will find there's a moment in Hyrox where you want to give up, and I do think that's going to be the case for most people, and you've just got to tell yourself, like, just keep going, you can do this. And I think that's the big thing for Hyrox I've learned, is actually it's pushed me to another level, my mental determination, and I think that's just an incredible thing that I've learned from Hyrox.
Yeah. let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game.
This is what I've worked for. A feeling that no one can explain.
Yeah, oh yeah, the beat's back. Adrenaline pumping through my veins, can't relax. Original, blinded, and I'm getting hotter too. Talking top two, I'm not a two. You let the pressure bother you, and I do what I gotta do. Let's go hard.